if you don't have the Most High's mark, the Most High is going to kill you. And killing is coming to America and around the world. Esau, when you go to Revelation, the 13th chapter, read around about the 14, 15 verse, main verse. I'm not going to go to it. It speaks about a lamb with two horns that spake as a dragon. Well, Esau is speaking as a dragon right now. And he's getting ready to kill. The Most High controls this man. It says in Proverbs, man's goings are of the Lord, and how can a man then understand his own way? Esau is merely a puppet of the Most High. The mark, the charagma, is the Most High's charagma. Who do you think gave Esau the technology of the charagma? The Most High. Now, I just heard about Polite being arrested down in Florida. The news travels quick. I didn't get mad. I didn't get happy. I didn't say, oh, he got that nigga. I was just neutral. I just said, oh, okay, that's some new news. Everybody's going to be talking about it. And they're going to be talking about it. And they're going to be talking about it even more tomorrow. And they're going to get more facts. Now I'm going to say this about this situation. If this happened in the ancient world, biblical times, this wouldn't be no big deal. It would just be a thing with the daughter going, the man going to the father and paying the father 50 shekels of silver and taking her on as his wife, and he cannot put her away. See, this what Jake is all into emotions. In the ancient world, they dealt with the law. Now, you can't say in the ancient world, you see a man, you friends with the man, you see his daughter, and you tell the father, I'm going to do this to your daughter. No, you don't do nothing like that. It's something that happens. But the penalty is you pay the father 50 shekels of silver. That woman, that young woman, that maid becomes your wife, and you cannot divorce her. You cannot put her away. Let's say 10 years go by. She's not appealing to you anymore. Well, that's too bad. You got to deal with her. That's what the Lord said. We broke it down. There's an argument that goes back to 2013. When Sonnet and Polite came down, and he brought that subject up, and he got the truth. Now, in this system that we're living in, you can't do that. The scriptures say if a man be found in another man, they're to be put to death. You can't put men that lay with men to death. Back in the ancient world, it was the norm. If two men, you found out that they were laying with each other, you put them both to death pursuant to the law. I'm not going to go to the law. Somebody can put it in the description box. because I'm in the dark here, so I can't see the keyboard too good. So you would like to read the scripture verbatim. And that was the norm back then. The town people got together, put 2 men to death, stoned them to death, and that was that. They buried their asses, and that was that. Because that's some real shit when you got to see 2 men holding. That shit irks me, man. That shit makes me want to fucking do something. But you can't do nothing. With Esau is all right. Esau, that's why this devil passed laws. That's why this devil passed laws to protect them, man. Anyway, let me get back into this. It says, Ezekiel 9:1, he cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And these men were angels. It says, and behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which layeth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar, because you got to read Ezekiel the 8th chapter, which I'm not going to read, to understand why this act happened in Ezekiel the 9th chapter. Because they were weeping for Tammuz, excuse me. They were worshiping other gods, Baal, other gods. They were praying to another god, really gods. So they had to be put to death for it. All you jakes that's in the Kemetic and Moors, whatever the hell you into, if you don't know that you're an Israelite and you pushing something other than that, guess what? You're going to get that charagma and you're going to die very soon. The Esau ain't waiting for nobody no more. The deeper you get into this, the more you into the spirit. Like, go ahead, Esau, do your thing. Because he going to do his thing. Because he's the Most High supreme puppet. It says, and the glory of the Most High of Israel was going up from the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the men clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city. Now 6 men couldn't just go around and kill everybody in the city. These were angels in the form of men. Through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark. Now you got these simple ass Israelites out there that can't get in their brain, their feeble brain, what the mark is in the book of Revelation. And they always go to this scripture right here. They always go to Ezekiel 9 verse 4 like it's the same mark. It's not the same mark. The word there in the Hebrew is THAWAH, which means exempt from judgment. No different than, not that much different than in Egypt, the first Passover, where you were commanded to put lentil and I believe it was hyssop, I'm sorry, but the main ingredient was the blood of the lamb or the sheep or the goat, and you put it on your doorpost. So when the death angel, the grim reaper, came along, he saw that blood, he spared you. So the same thing with this mark. This is an invisible mark that the Most High puts in you, so when the death angels come, they're not going to do anything to you. But if you don't have that mark, the THAWAH, you're going to get it. Now, if you got the other mark, which is the charagma, you're going to get put to death. Ain't no, let me pull out the tweezers and pull that shit out. Or let me ask for forgiveness. Ain't no forgiveness for that, man. You're going to be taken out. And all you clowns that are on YouTube with your different philosophies and your different, leave it among Israel. Because GMS tells the truth. Now, if this is true that Polite did what he did, then that makes him a hypocrite. Because he came against us. And I was watching Sarnetta, and they kept putting their comments in. What about GMS? If it was GMS, you would get all over them. It shows you the utter hypocrisy of these motherfuckers. Everybody's talking about the jab, which is going to lead to the actual charagma. So if you took that jab, you're going to take that charagma. And you're going to get a series of jabs. And then you're going to get the charagma. And then you're going to die. So I'd be surprised if we go to 2023. 2022 might very well be the year. Everything's in place. The devil, pursuant to Revelation 12 verse 12, he's coming down on you hard, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So it says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of the city. Number one city is Babylon the Great, and around the world, the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. And that's us. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him and him through the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark or the THAWAH, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Let me read a couple more verses. I'm going to put this up raw. And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the court with the slain. Go ye forth. And this already happened. This actually happened. And they went forth and slew in the city. So the new city is Babylon the Great in America. All you jakes with all your philosophies, you're all going to die. Because I got to bring this in here. Because you're all a bunch of fuck-ups. And you're all going to die. Inside joke. And it came to pass while they were slaying them, and I was left, that I fell upon my face and cried and said, oh Lord, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel? Because these angels are moving. In thy pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem. You see, you haven't witnessed the fury of the Most High and his beloved Son. Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness. Jacob's just doing their own thing. The Most High gonna put a stop to that, man. Because Papa don't take no mess. For they say, the Lord hath forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth not. And as for me also, mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. He's going to kill them. Last verse. And behold, the men clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me, because it was an angel. So the Most High is getting ready to tear shit up for all you clowns out there. Anyway, with that,